you, if you're listening to this podcast, you are tuning in to Misconnections with Doom Saint. This is to female in leggings and boots. You looked very sexy in your outfit and those boots. I was the white male checking you out. I was too scared to say hi. Can we meet?
What's up, everyone? This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is going to be the real episode 108 of GG's a Mouthful podcast.
GG! I'm trying to fill in for Santos here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You see, you're doing a great job, believe it or not. That voice from the past has come back and joined the cast one more time, Mr. Nelson Martinez, aka Doom Saint, a.k.a. Gunner,
a.k.a. something else. Misconnections.
Mr. Misconnection. Oh, that's good. Sir, what is up? It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. I've done a little soul searching. I've done a little change in lifestyle.
Yes.
And we're back. Better than ever.
Nice.
Back at the Casa de Martin.
Oh, yes, that's right. We're back in the old studio here.
Yes, the original studio.
That's right. The original studio. Mr. Santos, Dreamy Twister, is on vacation. He's out island hopping on a cruise. I'm sure many of you have seen his pictures. And then Miss Krista Montanez, a.k.a. Shadow, is actually getting some culture. She's out watching Black Swan, is it? Or Swan Lake?
No, Swan Lake.
Swan Lake.
Speaking of culture, they had a few Monets that came down here.
Oh, really?
And they were exhibiting them at... Why did that sound weird? That sounded weird. Never mind.
I think that's right, though.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I believe so.
But
that sounded weird.
Exhibit something.
Yeah. They were on exhibit.
There you go.
At the Rollins College Museum.
Uh-huh.
Let me tell you, man.
Rollins College, nice.
I've never appreciated art. Well, I'll take that back. I've always appreciated art, but I never understood when people were like, oh, the red signifies his soul being... Like, I never understood that shit. But looking at these Monets, I was like, holy shit, I'm uncultured as fuck.
You start realizing how like backwoods you were. Like, son of a bitch, man. There's just this whole world of art.
Yeah, dude, and let me tell you, because they're not roped off. Like,
really?
If you wanted to, you could go up and touch them.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude, it was crazy.
Oh, wow.
So I'm looking at this thing, and from when you get close, it's super, like, it looks like splotches. But as soon as you pull back, you can admire how detailed that one stupid little blotch of, like, white or blue in a random place. When you step back, you're like, oh, my.
It fills in nice.
This is legit. It was the coolest thing.
Oh, okay. This is at Rollins College. I'm going to have to go get myself some culture, too.
Get yourself some culture.
I almost got I almost bought, it was like, I want to say like $1,500. It was a good amount of money on my last cruise, because they always do those art galleries.
Oh, yeah.
And I fell in love with this picture, dude. And I was just like, I got to have this. And then I was looking at the price, I was like, and it was like the starting was at like $1,500. And I'm like, what? That's insane. But they're like, oh, but it's like 3,000, 4,000 is what the artist
want. Yeah. Which is, I never understood stuff like that. Like, sometimes I've been in waiting rooms where they have like HD TV playing, and they'll show like, oh, build your dream house. And they ask the people, oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, I paint butterflies, and I'm like, you what? And your budget is like $1 million? Like, how?
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't get
it. There's no way. Well, first off, if this is your first time tuning in, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you go to goodgame.tech, join the conversation there. Also, We are on YouTube, Google Play, and iTunes. And please like and subscribe to the podcast. Appreciate that so much. Normally, what we normally do is we go through what we have been doing. We roll through some news items, and then we go into our hot topic of the week. This week's hot topic is God of War.
Oh,
spoiler cast. It's going to be a spoiler. All right, to be fair, though, for the first 5 minutes, we're going to be spoiler free. This way we can, because I think I've already gushed about this game enough, but they can hear your spoiler free opinions on the game, yeah. And then we'll jump in. We'll deep dive into some spoilers. So let's start with the show with what we have been up to, Mr. Nelson. You've been gone for a year.
Has it been a year?
I don't know. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Too long.
What have you been up to, sir?
I've just been doing. For those of you that don't know, I am a claims adjuster. So a lot of what I do is just busy work.
Just to get through life.
Yeah. And I bought this old truck. Well, you know about that.
I know. Yeah. I posted the pictures of the old truck.
Moved it into the garage. And little by little, I've been kind of like chipping away at it. I took out all the crap from the bed that was... From the bed in the back? Hmm? Yeah, because you saw that. I mean, this was an abandoned truck that I bought for like $500. And the goal is to get it up and running. It's been a while since I've worked on a truck or a car. So I figured, let's give it a go. So put some fresh oil in there, dumped out some of the old fluids, and now I bought some parts to hopefully get this thing started.
Oh, wow. Okay. Because it was...
Yeah, it was
nowhere near ready to be started. Wow, that's good.
So kind of been working on that and just trying to get a little bit of my fitness on. I went to tie my shoes and I made a weird noise. like a grunt. I was like, ugh. So I was like,
I gotta do something about this.
Yeah, well, see, the whole thing is like I was working towards a goal of like moving a lot of weight. So I had, close to like a 500-pound deadlift. I was benching in the threes. I was squatting in the fours. So I was like, I got to get higher numbers. So I was just packing on weight. And then I realized I can't even tie my own damn shoes. So
they say a big portion of fitness is diet.
Yes.
So yeah. So that's my problem, dude. I fucking love food.
Oh yeah, me too, dude.
You know what I mean?
Last night we were at Walmart, me and my sister, and I'm doing this keto diet. So
okay.
I'm just trying to change it up because I used to do like the typical bro diet where it was like double your weight in protein in grams, kind of mid-range carbs, dietary fibers, and I wasn't seeing any change. So I was like, let me just switch it up. Everyone's on this keto kick. Let me see what it's about. And so far, it's been working pretty good.
Yeah.
So we were getting some cauliflower rice, and then I got the idea. I was like, oh, I know what I'm going to do. Some kimchi fried rice style.
Nice.
So I have some leftover pork belly from that pig. And so made some of that, threw an egg on top. Like, I love food. And it's been so hard, dude. Like,
I know it, man.
It's terrible.
I know it. I am not ashamed to say that I gained roughly about 9 and some change pounds on my trip to Italy. Yeah.
Dude, but you were having a blast out there. Like, the food looked delicious.
It was really good. I'm not gonna lie. What was different was the freshness. That's what I tell everybody. I mean, it really is a lot of the same stuff you can find here. It's just so fresh. It's like you can't find that here. That's the only thing you can't find. How fresh this is, and but anyway, yeah, I gained. So yeah, I got to get back onto something at some point.
Especially if we're going to be brewing again.
Yes,
because it's so easy to drink those carbs out.
By the way, we need to put that out there. Another brew is coming. This is going to be a Kolsch, which is much more like blonde type of ale, and we need a name. We need a new name.
Yeah, because what do you have? Rage Quit?
We got Rage Quit. We have
Lag Spike.
Lag Spike, 60 FPS. Lag Spike, by the way, was the shit.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
What was the first one? The brown ale? The first one we did was the red ale?
The red ale, yeah. That was the Rage Quit.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that wasn't Rage Quit. That was... Yeah, no, Rage Quit. That was what it was. Yeah, it was red ale was Rage Quit. Then the brown was the 60 FPS.
Yeah.
And then I had a small one in between, which was an IPA, which came out okay. And then the last one, which came out great, was the brown. No, the amber. And then that was the last pack. That was really good.
That was good. I think it helped also that we were having that cookout.
Yes.
So we had the pig.
Definitely. Yeah.
We had a couple shots of whiskey that day.
Oh my God.
It was
probably
good.
A few too many. But I'll do it again. I don't care. So yeah, I mean, all I have been doing, as far as when it comes, I mean, we're obviously the game. We're going to talk about that. But as far as another game I've been playing on my phone, which I've gotten a little bit more into mobile gaming recently, and I didn't realize that this was going to happen to me. However, I still get into, or I try to stay to games that are not free, because generally they come with one price, and I don't have to pay anything else.
Right.
It could be anywhere between $2 to $10. Sometimes, like for instance, Super Mario Run was $10. I paid $10, enjoyed it, played the hell out of it, played as much as possible to get as many of those coins because it starts to level up. But I enjoyed the fact that I don't have ads. I've paid for the game like you would a normal game. You paid for the game.
For sure.
So that's the type of thing that I've been sticking to. And I found this one game. It's called Desert Golfing, which is
that different than Stickman Golf?
It's similar to Stickman Golf in the sense that it's side scrolling.
Okay.
Different in the sense that you don't see the golfer. It's literally just the it's very simple. First of all, it costs $2, $1.99. And the level is just sand. So the ball, when it hits the sand, it reacts like it would to sand. So you can actually hit it up a hill, and it would actually can stay middle in the hill, because it's sand, like like it normally would. The only thing is, it seems to be never ending, and so I am in hole number 160.
Oh my! So it's like Candy Crush of golf.
And all it is like it's got that you pull back, you touch the screen, you pull back, and that kind of sets up the shot, and then you can aim it in any direction, like 360 degree direction, and just shoot it, and you're just trying to get to the hole. Once it gets to the hole, it moves the level over, fills the hole in, and now this is your starting point for the next hole. And it just keeps going. And
let me ask you: do you get to change clubs? Like, if you want to use a different wedge or anything? It's just one.
Just one. It acts like you are using a wood.
Okay.
So that's the type of club you're in, because it's not far. The hole's always visible. It's always within that thing. What changes is how to get to it. The terrain will move around.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll have a pit. And the funny thing is, if you go past the hole, it puts you back to the start point, but it still counts the stroke, and it's always counting the stroke. So I'm at like 400 something strokes, and I'm like, it's the weirdest thing because I can't stop playing. I just I'm at work. It's interesting because I'm still trying. It still requires some skill to get it into the hole.
Right.
And every so often when you get like a hole in one, I'm like, yeah, it's just so cool. But I don't know, man. It's just, apparently there are 10,000 levels or 10,000 holes. I'm not sure how true, but knowing that, I'm like, I want to see how far I can get.
Yeah. Are there? So it's like, obviously, unlike a regular golf course, there's no sand traps. There's no.
Because you're basically always in a sand trap,
right?
Yeah.
But there's no other like you don't have lakes, mirages, like stuff like that could like affect it, or it's just literally like, here you are, there's a hole, get it in there.
That's basically it so far.
So it's pretty simple then.
It's very simple,
but highly addictive.
Yes,
like cocaine,
pretty much. Although I never had cocaine.
Me either. Someone's on there like, yes, I know it. Oh,
although I hear it's very addictive. So, but no, it's really fun. Now the funny thing is, I'm only 160 in, and if it's true that there are that many, I'm guessing things may evolve as we go along. It's not
like a badger comes out or something.
Weird, some craziness. But it's stupid.
Like Crossy Roads was that kind of like, it was just like mind numbing, simple. Like all you're doing is tapping and swiping, and trying to climb a ladder. Well, climb the level,
and posting when you got like a really high one.
Oh yeah, or like posting when you got like splatted out.
Yes, those are always fun. But so I've been playing that, And that's what I do when I'm not doing anything else, basically. And I just saw this movie yesterday. I posted it. And I don't know if you saw it, but Jumanji.
Oh, I saw it.
Welcome to the Jungle.
With the new one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That was very funny.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, so I guess maybe I had my expectations a little bit lowered. So I laughed more than I thought I was going to laugh at to this film. You know, I was like, oh, this is going to be a silly movie. You know what I mean? And it is silly, to be fair. It's not like it's, you know, a very...
Not like the original that it kind of had like...
No, the original I think is... I mean, realistically, the original I think is still superior. But that doesn't matter. This was still funny. You know, I mean, this was what it was trying to be, which was to be more comedy than the original Jumanji was.
Well, I mean, it's got Kevin Hart. It's not like he ever plays a serious role. So kind of like Jurassic Park, the original, and then Jurassic World.
Correct.
Like Jurassic World was kind of funny versus Jurassic Park, which was actually like that's one scene where it's like, welcome to Jurassic Park. And you see the freaking brontosaurus. She's like,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So cinematic, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
But, exactly like that. It was still humorous, just like the original Jumanji. But no, and this was pretty funny. And, of course, it had, like, the gaming elements because that's the only thing that was a little bit weird. So I was like, the thing just changed into a video game on its own.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I guess, sure.
Which not? Was weird because it was like an N64.
I don't even know what kind of cartridge. Even the kid was like, I've never seen this before.
Well, it kind of looked, if I remember it, because I was kind of...
It did look like a Nintendo 64 card.
Yeah, like those,
like shorter.
Yeah,
yeah,
like a short 64. But it fit into like a weird console. I don't think I've ever seen that console.
Not to mention, so this slight spoilers here, guys. I'm sure this is not that type of film anybody's going to care about spoilers, but
this is a spoiler cast.
This is a spoiler cast. Yeah, we're spoiling.
You knew
everything.
what you were coming into.
Yes, exactly. By the way, Luke and Darth Vader are related. So
yeah.
So just so you know how serious we are.
What is that now? Like 30 plus years?
Yes. So the console had like joysticks that were attached to it.
Yes.
So I was like, this kind of reminds me of an old console, but the game had 5 players because the old player from before was already trapped in the game. And so I'm like, what game comes with 5 players and 5 controllers?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the weirdest number. I'm like,
because usually it's 4 because you could split the screen 4 ways.
Yeah, and if you think about it, even the original Jumanji was 4 player. It was Robin Williams and the woman, and then the 2 kids.
Yeah,
yeah. So also they I'm spoiling the shit out of this.
Yeah.
They didn't. The kids did not remember what happened in the first one. Robin Williams and basically at the end of the first Jumanji, Robin Williams and the girl and the lady, when they finish the game, they end up being transported back to when they were kids,
right?
And then kind of reliving their lives again. But the kids that they end up adopting them and all that stuff. But here it doesn't. It looks like they remembered. You know what I mean? Everybody remembered everybody, even though. So that's a little bit odd.
Yeah,
but I enjoyed it. I really did.
Fun, yeah,
I really did.
For what it was.
For what it was, yes. And The Rock, dude. The Rock was silly. You know what I mean? But I was impressed with the fact that he let himself be so silly. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, there are a lot of actors out there like Will Smith. Will Smith is one like he or appears that way. I'll say it appears that way. He almost doesn't want to be a character that would be silly or that would be taken advantage of. You know, he picks his characters in a certain way where they're a position of power.
Yeah, an alpha male.
Correct. Yeah, that type of thing.
Like Vin Diesel, he did the pacifier.
Correct.
But he also did Fast and Furious.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's what I'm saying. I like.
Was it Pacifier or The Nanny? Whatever. It was.
Well, I think
some
it was
like kids movie.
Well, one of those two. And then of course, The Rock did the one with the Tooth Fairy. So very similar to that. So, but yeah, that's all I've been doing. So.
By the way, shout out to Sierra Nevada Brewing. I think this is like the first IPA that I'm like digging.
We're by the way, yes, we are drinking beer as usual. That's part of the podcast. Sierra Nevada Hazy Little Thing IPA. This is an earthy beer, which, as I said, is Gilberto's favorite. He loves earthy beers.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It is. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I mean, I love earthy beers anyway, so bitter is good for me, but it's not bad.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys, we're going to go into some news items. We're going to start from the top with this week's biggest news. I know you're not a fan of the series, but Mr. Gunner.
But The Walking Dead?
No.
Oh.
Although, yeah, you're not a fan of that either. Call of Duty, Black Ops 4.
Oh. Wait, when did 3 happen?
3, I think, was quite some time ago. Let me see. Black Ops 4 is the first entry in the Black Ops since 2015.
Oh.
So Black Ops 3 was in 2015. This one, they are doing something very different. First of all, they had their own press conference on Thursday. What's today?
Because I played Black Ops 1.
Damn. Oh, you're behind, bro.
I didn't even know 2 and 3 came out.
Really? Oh, wow.
That was still back on, I think, PS3.
The first one?
Yeah.
It could be. I guess because they rotate pretty quick. So
yeah, I'm not sure.
So this one is going to be multiplayer only. So there's no single player.
Really?
Yes. Of course.
Didn't Battlefront try to do that?
Battlefront?
The
first
Wars?
one. Yeah, the first one. And it didn't. I mean, it still sold, but it didn't do as well as they wanted to.
And they want to do this?
Here's the thing here. So you know Gomez, David Gomez.
Oh yeah, he's a huge COD.
He's a huge COD. So he hasn't played a single player campaign in Call of Duty since the second Modern Warfare.
Oh man,
so
that's like 08.
Yes, and he buys every Call of Duty. You know what I mean? So he gets one every year. Last year he didn't play the one before. So I'm wondering if it has to do with that, with a Call of Duty player.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only I can think of, because I mean, it's just an odd thing. I mean, I have less interest in it because of there's no single player.
Right.
However, there's more to what they're releasing, which has interest to me again. First off, it's slightly into the future a little bit, so we're going back to the future a little bit here, because the last one they did last year was World War II, which did well.
For Black Ops?
No, for Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, gotcha.
And they're going to include, of course, the zombie mode. There's 2 zombie modes. Or what appears to be 2 zombie modes. One of them, it was very weird. It looks like you're on the Titanic, and a zombie, breakout happens in the Titanic, and you're just trying to survive. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is just strange. I mean, this looks like to be guns, but then they kind of look like old timey guns. So I don't know. That's weird. But the biggest news, which we kind of already knew, but they went a little bit more in detail about it. They are going to include a new battle royale mode, which is called Blackout. Battle royale, if you remember, is like Fortnite and PUBG. So they're doing their own version of it. It's on a huge map, apparently. It's going to include a lot of old characters that you can use and play in the game, and you're also going to be able to use vehicles. Both you're going to have your regular land vehicles, sea and air vehicles. So
that's a first.
Yeah, that is a first.
Because Battlefield has been dominating that for a while.
Yes.
Not the Battle Royale, but the multiple vehicles, like across all 3D planes.
Yeah, that's what I was like. And I'm thinking about it. This has to be a very big map if you have like water vehicles.
Yeah.
like you have to be able to cross, which makes sense, because that's like my biggest issue with PUBG is that, the circle closes on the map little by little. You have to get into the circle, and it'll be off on the island. And I got to freaking go all the way to the bridge. Oh, I guess you can swim it too, but it's you can get picked off pretty easily if you're swimming.
Oh, for sure. Because if someone already made it there,
yeah,
they're just looking now for anyone that's swimming their way.
So yeah, so that's I mean, those are the main 3 things that they had going on there. The Blackout has me a little interested, and I was talking to Gomez about this, and I was kind of explaining him, because he doesn't know what Battle Royale the mode is like. Mm-hmm. And I told him this is what it basically is. He thinks, it's like a team deathmatch. Like, no, it's not. You can have multiple teams, but you're going to have a huge amount of teams. And generally, you're dropped into a map. I don't know how they're going to do it in this one, but you're dropped into a map, and you have to scrounge for stuff and survive, essentially.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's something that they were developing from the get-go, but I don't think so. I think it's because of a lot of the hype that like PUBG and Fortnite have been getting.
I agree.
I mean, people have ended marriages because of Fortnite.
I believe you.
It's so addicting, and now they have it like PUBG Mobile.
They do. PUBG. I've actually played PUBG Mobile, and again,
is it free? I think it's free.
It is free. Yeah, so it's on Android. It's on Android. So it's fun. I'm not gonna lie. I played it multiple times and I enjoy the hell out of it. And I actually do pretty well. I'm not sure if there's something different I'm doing, but I do pretty well.
You do seem to do really well on these games, and I think it's because you have this like survivor mentality.
That's what it is, dude. I don't make noise. I try not to move. I was playing Fortnite. And I think I told you, maybe I told you, I don't know, but I was down to like it was just me and somebody else on the map, and I'm just like, it's just us two. And I killed, I think, maybe one or two people, because it's like, I'm not, because obviously anytime you shoot, you're giving your position away, you know what I mean? And so I let everybody fight it out, because the whole point is, I guess it all depends on how you like to play it. The point is to survive to the end, to get the to be the last one on there. And that's the best feeling, when you get to that.
And you've won before, right?
PUBG Mobile, I have. I was, and I think it was only once. Yeah, once, and then I got close to the second. And then I haven't been able to get close since, so which kind of sucks. But
I'm trying to see if which one came first? It was PUBG, right?
PUBG came first. Yeah, PUBG was on PC for a long time, and then Epic Games, which is the maker of Fortnite. They actually made a game, Fortnite, which has nothing to do with Battle Royale. And then they included a free Battle Royale mode, which blew up. I mean, it has literally blown. I mean, they have problems in school now because people play this shit on school.
They're like, can I go to the bathroom? And they're like busting out their phone playing. So March 23, 2017 is when it dropped.
Oh, yeah. Last year.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. And it's ridiculous how much it's taken off.
And it's a new style of game. Not new, because there's always been like,
the Battle Royale is kind of new. It's been here for a few years, but it's blown up more recently.
Right. That's what I mean. It's like, I believe because of like the platform, social media, like there's more outlets for it to be publicized that people are just like, hey,
eating it up. And then of course you have your celebrities who are playing it, and when they start playing it, and then they get onto Twitch and they're playing it together, before you know it, everybody's like, oh, we got to get on this. We got to get on this. Speaking of, excuse me, that beer's taking my throat a little bit here.
Yeah, that's been happening to me. I think when was the last time you had a beer?
Since Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, but drinking wine. So, speaking of Fortnite is going to hit Android this summer. It's only on iPhone right now, and it's going to come along with voice chat as well. So they're going to have a bunch of
gosh.
Yeah.
I can
By the way, you can do voice chat on PUBG. You can hear, and that's the best part of it too. When you get close, you can hear them rustling, and I don't know the voice talking. I don't know about that. I don't know if they've done that. I think they did that in PC. I don't know if they did it on mobile, but if you're close enough, you can actually hear them because they're talking.
Yeah.
so we were playing PUBG, and we were like, shh, don't say nothing, because I don't know if they can hear. But yeah, so that's there's no specific date, unfortunately, but it is coming out this summer. As you know, it's already been out for iOS. I'm looking forward to playing because I like I said, I'm playing a PUBG on mobile, and it's a lot of fun. PUBG is a little bit more military, Fortnite's more fun, which is probably why it's so accessible for many people. Like, people really enjoy it because it's more fun, and you wear ridiculous costumes, and you have a way of becoming a bush, like a bush outfit. You could just crouch and you're just a bush. You know what I mean? And it's
or
the stupidest thing.
What is it? There's one that's like you're an angel, or like an angel statue or something like that.
I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen that one. I know now you can be it's a limited time, but you can be Thanos. Yeah,
really.
You can.
See, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty cool. Although I said this last week, but they missed the opportunity to snap his finger and half the the players on the board die. You know what I mean? But it's a shame. But yeah, so look forward to that. Lots of E3 news. By the way, we are going to be doing a lot of E3 coverage for GG. The conferences have been set up, and one they just announced recently. Finally, I get to know for a fact that Devolver Digital is having their press conference. I was like, please don't just come out with 1 year and then do nothing. I don't even remember last year. It was like 20 minutes long, and it
was like that weird skit.
Yeah. And I was like, please tell me you guys are coming back, because I enjoyed that stupid thing. This time they have said, though, that they are going to be announcing games. So they didn't announce games last time.
Broforce 2.
It could be. Broforce 2. Broforce was good. Broforce was good.
Dude,
stuff.
let me tell you how I'm at the last level, and that thing was like, it was insane. Like, it couldn't keep up. Like, I don't know what it was. And it's like, what, 8-bit graphics, supposedly?
Yeah, 8-bit or 16-bit or something like that.
Yeah, some bullshit like that. And
the frame rate. Right?
Yeah, the frame rate was just out of control. Like,
that's what pissed me off about the game. And I know there's a lot going on. I get it. There's a lot of little explosions and stuff like that. I get that. But, God, optimize your game, guys.
Yes.
The conference is as follows. First off, EA Play will happen on Saturday between 9 and 11 p.m. 9 and 11 a.m. Pacific time. So that is between, what is that? Noon and 2 o'clock. No? Noon? Yeah, noon and 2 o'clock. Yeah, that's Eastern Standard Time. Microsoft conference will be on Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. That's June 10th. Oh, by the way, June 9th was the other one. I don't know if I said that. Then followed right after Xbox is going to be the Bethesda conference. That's also on Sunday. That will be at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then finally, I just mentioned Devolver Digital. Devolver Digital is going to have one at 1 o'clock in the freaking morning Eastern Time.
You're going to DVR it?
No, I'm going to watch it. I mean, it was only 20 minutes before, and I stay up late anyway, so what's 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
You know? That covers all of Sunday. So you're going to have a lot of stuff on Sunday. And then Monday, of course, goes to the regular schedule. Now, we have Square Enix finally coming back after a long hiatus from E3. The Monday, June 11th, will be at 10 a.m. Pacific, so that'll be at 1 p.m. Eastern, followed by Ubisoft. Ubisoft will be at 1 p.m. Pacific, so that'll be at 4 p.m. Eastern. And then, for whatever reason, the PC Gaming Show wants to come up. That'll be at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. And then, finally, the Big Daddy, Sony, will come out with their conference at 6 o'clock p.m. That'll be 9 p.m. Eastern. And then
I'm trying to find. If you see me on my phone, it's because I'm on Instagram trying to see if they have a page for
E3.
E3.
Oh, I know they have one on YouTube. I don't know if they have
find it. I don't know that they have. What does E3 stand for?
Just Electronic Entertainment Expo. Could be like that. Yeah, that's probably how they have it all spelled out. Finally, Tuesday, June 12th, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, will be the Nintendo Direct press conference. Looking forward to seeing some news from them. We will probably be covering all of that for you guys because that's just how we do. Let me see what else we have. Yeah, that's. So you're going to be joining us, Mr. Gunner?
Yeah, I'll probably do the PlayStation one.
Yeah, because
it's PlayStation.
Yeah,
all the Xbox, PC people, everyone else is like, what is this guy doing back on here?
No, it's funny because I think, and I really, really think that this year. So, did you know that Sony already kind of showed their hand as to what they're doing? So they're.
Are they dropping in a console?
No, God, I would be a little upset if they were like, no. They basically come out and said on the record that they have 4 games that they're going to be focusing on the conference, and that is Spider-Man, Last of Us 2. Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Tsushima, and Death Stranding. And not that those will be the only 4, but those are the only 4.
Death Stranding is the one with Norman.
Norman Reedus, yeah. That crazy.
Yeah, that weird the hell that
was. Yeah. Those are the 4 they're going to be focusing on. And then from there, They're going to obviously have some third-party stuff and some indie stuff as well. But so they kind of show their hand. And I kind of think of that to say, guys, don't expect craziness. This is what we're doing. So they're either lying to us, you know what I mean? Or they're telling the truth and they're trying to say this because they're kind of winding down for PS4. And probably next year we'll probably start hearing the first thing of PS5, maybe. I don't know.
Well, if that's the case, my buddy, he just picked up a PS Pro.
Really? A Pro? Damn.
He picked up a Pro just so he could play like God of War, which
So
I'm like,
yeah,
that's the way to do it.
yeah, go big or go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I need to upgrade my TV, man, because...
So do I. I still have a 1080 piece of crap.
Yeah.
Although it's an LG, is nice, but still, I need
Mine's
to.
is a Vizio. It's got like pretty good, like, I think it's like 240 hertz.
Yeah, but yours is like, what, 60?
No.
60 inch? No.
I think mine's is like 55.
Yeah. Mine's 47. So I really need to, because I have that big space in the room. I need to like really fill it in with a screen.
Yeah. That whole pocket needs to be a screen.
Yeah, I agree. The wall. Why not?
Yeah.
It's insane. I haven't already done this, you know? Oh man. But, so yeah, so
every guy out there listening to this podcast right now is like, yes, upgrade 70 inches. Babe, we need a 70-inch TV.
right now. And we need to get a PS4 Pro and God of War so we can play this.
Infante has a 4K TV, and he says that there's times where he's like playing God of War and he's just like, he'll stop and just look around on the world just to appreciate the detail.
To be fair, I did that too. And I'm on my 1080, and I'm still going, man. This is an amazing looking game. So
we'll get to that.
Yeah. Spoilers. Next news item I had. This is actually a little bit more up your alley, sir. The next Battlefield is officially Battlefield 5, and it will have a live reveal on May 23rd. That is next Wednesday.
Yes, that's right there.
Yes,
there's nothing that's been leaked.
Only that it's well. What happened was, I'm not sure if you know this because you have Battlefield 1 still, right?
Yeah.
All right. So originally there was Easter eggs put into Battlefield 1, specifically on the They Shall Not Pass expansion, which is I don't recall the expansion pack that was, but so this is right off of Polygon's article. Basically, it was put into the game where there was this door that needed unlocking. And they figured out that in order to unlock it, they had to break all the signs and flip all the switches in the area in a certain order. And when they did, it unlocked one of them, and it spells out in French, isolation, whatever the French word. Inside, they found a painting of this horse. I don't know if you want to see this, but that's what they found when they went inside the room. Picture of this horse here. You guys, I'll post this up on the groups. You guys know what I'm talking about. Apparently, there was a pipe dripping overhead, and the drip drops were in a specific order, spelling out Morse code.
What?
Yes.
So let me stop right there because there's a lot of gamers out there, right?
Yeah.
This podcast caters to gamers. I want to know how many of the people in this group actually play games to find Easter eggs. Like specifically look around for Easter eggs. Specifically try to find, I don't know, secrets.
Secrets that they
because I'm in my head I'm thinking I play the game for the story.
Oh, me too.
And I play it for the experience. But there's some people that play it to speedrun it. Mm-hmm. There's people that play specifically to get all the trophies.
Yep.
But so, what would made you think like, oh, there's a bunch of switches in here. What I got to do? There's something happening. Oh my god! And then your brain starts going, and then you're like, you hear these drops, and it triggers like, let me get a Morse code app to translate what the hell this is saying. Like, who does this? This is crazy.
It is crazy. It is insane.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's insane. The deal with the door is that it's a door that was slightly ajar, but you couldn't open it, but you can see inside. You know what I mean? So it's like there's something in there. So what is the point of having this if you can't? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's what I guess messed with a lot of people, and they were just like, we got to figure this out. And it took what, a year?
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? It took probably more than a year, I think.
So someone figured this out. I want to know who was that one fuck that was like,
They have it. There's an actual video of them figuring out the unlocking of the door. It's on YouTube. I'll send it to you so you can see it. And of course, it's like little by little they're piecing together. And of course, to put the Morse code together, the Morse code spells out a website, EA.com, never be the same.
What?
Going to that page, it displays a date, May 23rd, to find out the next Battlefield setting. So yeah, that's how they pieced that together.
What the fuck?
It's crazy, right?
That's insane.
It is crazy, yeah.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. That is first, it's awesome that they included it, and awesome that these guys, they figured it out together. Also, an update to that. Trevor Noah?
No,
he's on the Daily Show.
Oh
now.
yeah. That
is it. The Daily Show or
some
TV show. TV show. So he is going to be the host.
The black British guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's going to be the host of the Battlefield reveal, which will happen on May 23rd. And Battlefield 5 is, they showed the first logo. That's really all it was. So we don't know anything yet other than that it's going to be revealed on the 23rd. You can watch this on Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube, of course, because it'll be all over the place.
Yeah.
So you excited, man? Because I know you're a big Battlefield guy.
Yeah. I mean, right now I'm riding this God of War high.
I hear you. Right now, nothing else exists. Yeah. I just want to go back in and grind some more. And I enjoy the grind, the battling. All right, we're getting ahead of ourselves. But no, I hear you. But I'll probably see, because I'm off that day. I'll probably tune in to see what comes up, and I'll share it with everybody. Next news piece, I have a couple of delays, unfortunately. Actually, several delays. This is right before E3, so you start getting a lot of this information, and it helps because it gives the statement, don't expect this at E3. You know what I mean? Or, don't expect it this year, or whatever it is. The first one is No
Man's Sky. I'm just kidding.
No Man's Sky 2, delayed indefinitely.
What was the other one that we... Shadow of the Colossus?
Shadow of the Colossus came out.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But that was on delay for wasn't it from back in PS2?
No, as you know, The Last Guardian.
Oh, that Last Guardian. Yeah.
That was forever.
Yeah.
When it finally came out, I was like, oh, I need to play it, though.
No.
Skull and Bones. I don't know if you remember this. Was from the Ubisoft one. It's a pirate game.
Yeah, that looked legit as fuck.
Because
you can get drunk.
I guess you can. I don't remember because I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think there was I'm pretty sure that you could get drunk.
Yeah, okay. Well, they delayed it to 2019/2020. So they are either... Here's a thought process behind this for a lot of people, and that is another pirate game recently came out, which was Sea of Thieves. And that one, while apparently it's a very good, mechanically a very good game, there's not a lot to do. And of course, they're going to support it with more stuff. But right now, there isn't much going on. So the thought process behind this with a lot of people is that they realized that, said, okay, we need to go. We have to make sure things are ready. We don't want to have the same type of launch that these guys had. So delayed to, the end 2020, basically 2020. The other one was another one, which is Shenmue 3, delayed another year. It was actually the first time they showed this off, I want to say it was 2015, 2014. And it was at Sony's press conference. And essentially, all they did at this point, they showed it off. They're showing the Shenmue 2, and people were like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing it. Turned out to be just a Kickstarter. Oh. So there was nothing started yet. And then, of course, let me see what it was. 2015 is when it was first shown off. And then since then, it's been delayed already twice, I believe, and this is another delay. So it's going to be delayed another year. According to the developer, any extra time will be used to polish the quality of the game even further. So it's now scheduled for a 2019 launch window. We'll see what happens from that. Did you ever play Shenmue? Any of the old Shenmues?
Nah.
Yeah. It was an interesting game. You were kind of just living life for a good portion of it.
But that sounds like the name of a dog, Shenmue.
Yeah, it could be.
Question, now that you're saying that, there's a game, I don't know if it ever came out. I think Santos pre-ordered it or bought into it. Chackrod bought into it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's like
the space
space thing.
Yeah. No, not come out.
That still hasn't come out?
Nope. It's like I haven't heard anything about it.
What?
Yeah,
People will like spend real money on like spaceships
Dude,
that like
they
don't
got-
even exist yet,
they got like $100 and something million on.
and they still haven't made this game.
I mean, technically, it's out there. It's like in early beta. So, but
What's
it's
that
not.
name called? What's that game called?
Frack. What is the name of that game? Let me look this up because I forgot. It is. You got people probably yelling at their.
Yeah,
They're,
like, they're not real gamers.
they don't even know this game. Gosh, I don't even know how to look for it. Biggest Kickstarter. Let's put that one. Biggest Kickstarter. I think that's the. I'm thinking Skyrim keeps coming to mind, but that's not it. Clearly. Let's see. Biggest Kickstarter.
Oh, I found it. It's Star Citizen.
Star Citizen. That's the one. Yes. Yes. And these guys spent a lot of money on this game. And yeah, I don't see it coming out. I think at some point I was like, yeah, just let it go, guys. You wasted $250 or $300 or whatever the hell you guys played on it.
Some guy is getting fat right now, being fed grapes by some like hot chick in a bikini with all that money.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Sorry, guys. Spoilers. It's not happening.
This is how real life happened, guys.
You got played. This was that snake oil.
That snake oil.
Yeah.
What was snake oil?
You know, snake oil, it's like that. It's kind of like the, I think, and someone chime in if I'm wrong in the group thing. So it's kind of like a saying for like those sleazy salesmen that would travel like throughout the Midwest and the West and like sell like that miracle, like, oh, this will cure you. That's snake oil.
Yes,
Something like that.
I got you. Yeah, that's video games version of snake oil. So too bad that's never going to happen. Another one that got delayed is Metro Exodus. This is a sequel to the Metro games, Metro 2033. Yeah, Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light were the first two. This was bound to come for PS4, PC, and Xbox One. Looked very, very good. I mean, really, really good. And unfortunately got delayed again. So right now it is slated to ship the first quarter of 2019, which is not too bad. I
mean, we're already halfway through 2018. That's exactly crazy.
That's right around the corner. Yeah.
I still say Happy New Year's to people on the phone just to confuse them.
Am I calling
it's like,
somewhere
Happy
else?
New Year. It's like, what? I was like, we're in May. Yeah, what's the first time I talked to you? So I just want to say Happy New Year.
Exactly, yeah.
And they're like, oh.
Do they say it back?
Some of them do. Sometimes they get like really confused. I've had people like, okay, yeah, all right, okay, love you, bye. And then I'm like, did they just tell me they love me? That's weird.
It happens. I've had that too. It's actually nice.
Yeah. I'm like,
My last piece of news that I have, a little trailer came out recently for a little film title called Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that looks.
I wish it was like an auto tune button because that would have been tight. Like, oh yeah, auto tune the fuck out of that.
I'll try. Yeah. So this is a story, of course, of the rock group Queen. One of the best, we'll leave it at one of the best. I don't start any arguments here, but definitely one of the best. Looks pretty good, sir. Stars Rami Malek from, what was the name of that? Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot. It's weird to see him there.
It is.
Because he was like that, like junkie emo kid, hacker. And he was in those memes, like when you reset the router, and then it's like, hacker man. And then you see him here, it's like, he's dancing, he's moving, like
he's very what do you call it? Confident.
Yeah.
Very suave in some of the scenes in the trailer. Actually looking forward to this. This was actually looked pretty good. It was not on my radar at all. Let me see. It didn't have it. Yeah, it comes out November 2nd to theaters. And let me see. It's a new director. Can't remember his name, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Check out the trailer. I guess I'll post it up on the group for everybody. Looks pretty good. So
Freddie Mercury is like one of these people that I always admire just because of the range in his voice. It was so dynamic.
Yeah.
It's like the only word that comes to mind.
That's a good word.
I mean, he if you listen to like Bohemian Rhapsody, right? He hit some notes on that thing.
He does.
And I think he was considered like a baritone.
Oh, really? I wouldn't know. I know that you got your alto, sopranos, and I don't know any.
But I think that he like would fluctuate through like all of those.
Oh, really?
Like,
so he was like, oh, nice.
It could not. Maybe it's not baritone. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Fact check that. That could be fake news, but
the baritone that he was a baritone.
Yeah.
See if I find.
But it's just he was just such a performer, and the crazy thing, he reminds me a lot of like Macho Man, which
Randy Savage.
Yeah, Randy Savage. I mean, he was nice. He was literally like a savage. Like he was like that all the time. Like it wasn't a character. Well, I guess at first it was a character that he just like adopted. He's like, I'm just going to be like this dude like 24/7.
Yeah. And
that's how he was. And so Randy Savage was just like, that's how he would talk. That's how he would act. Like there's this a guy that I follow because of like strength programs and some of the gear that he makes. His name's Mark Bell. And he talks about like his days in wrestling. And he's like, yeah, that's just how he was. Like you catch him buying groceries and he was Macho Man like all the time, which is crazy. So you look at Freddie Mercury, and he reminds me like a lot of, what's this guy's name? The freaking chick from The Lord of the Rings, her dad?
The Lord
Aerosmith guy.
Steve Tyler.
Yeah.
Actually, he does.
He's like, they're like a legit eccentric person. Like it's not a show, it's not a facade. They're legitimately performers on and off the stage. It's crazy.
Yeah. He is, to answer your question, he primarily a tenor. He actually was known primarily as a tenor, but he was actually a baritone.
Okay.
Good call, sir. Good call.
Somewhat semi-fake news.
No.
Well, you said he was known as a tenor.
He was known as a tenor, but he was actually a baritone.
Oh. I got you. My bad. I flipped that the other way.
No. You called it. Good job. Those are all the news items that I have. So let's going to take a quick break here, and we'll be.
We forgot a very important news.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hit me up.
Pokemon Go.
Oh
no, just kidding.
Dude, they're doing another festival in Chicago, I think it was, where they did it last year. Where they failed last year.
Yeah. Well, that thing is still alive, dude. I still see people out there like, and I know what they're doing because they're like flicking their finger.
Oh, that's how you know, yeah.
So I know that they're like throwing fucking Pokeballs. I'm like,
it's still. I mean, obviously, it's nowhere near as big as when it freaked him out. But I mean, it's still obviously they're not gonna be throwing festivals if people aren't doing it. So I agree. Pokemon in general is way bigger than I think many people think. It's a huge thing. Which is like when they announced Pokemon for the Switch, that's gonna be massive. I mean, they're gonna sell so many Switches, unbelievable. But yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think last time I was here, we talked about that.
I know.
Call back.
Nice done. All right, guys. It was a quick moment.
God of War, I haven't forgotten you. For what you did that night, this city will be your grave.
All right, guys, we are back, and we are going to go into our hot topic of the week.
Oh, that's right. He does that. Hot topic of the week.
Thank you, sir.
Santos, if you're listening to this, which I'm sure you are, I'm doing a terrible job of filling in for you. The shoes are way too big to fill. My hat's off to you, sir. Please get back. This chair deserves you.
Yes, I agree. Although, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
It is good. Good to have you back.
All right. If you are listening to this part, now would be a good time to pause or stop because we're about to go into it. Everything from this point on.
No. Not yet. First off...
You tricked me. I was excited.
I'm so sorry. First off, I've already, like I said, I've gone on and on about the game.
Talk to me.
You yourself, your non-spoiler overall impressions of the game. like, how do I do this without spoiling?
Yeah, how do I do that?
Just, you're impressed with the story or whatever, what I mean.
So I have to say that the main thing that impressed me the most has to be the fact that, and I've mentioned it to you before, if you've played any of the other Gods of War, you know that you can smash your way through anything. All you have to do is smash those buttons, let those chains rip, and you would clear anything. Anybody that was in your way was toast. Now, this is a different. This is different people. This is an older Kratos. This is, I would say, a more paternal individual. So he's more cautious of how his actions might affect everything else. Because younger Kratos was just like, he was like a horse with the
blinders.
With the blinders, whatever he saw that was in his way, that was an obstacle. No one can reason with him. It was just kill.
Yeah, all anger.
Yeah, all anger, all rage. And now it's a different version of him. It's like, it's not that he's been softened, but it's that he's like, maybe there is a different way to approach this. I'm not always right. Let me listen to counsel. I don't like this, but I'm going to do it. We'll see what happens. So it's a very different version of him that I can't help but relate to, because I was young when I was playing God of War, and I can relate to how he's evolved as a person, to think like he's making better decisions.
He's thinking before acting. Yeah.
Yes, he's thinking before he acts. Before he just like punches someone in the face, and then that person had a clue that could have. Yeah.
You just messed up your chances.
Yeah, for sure. So it's great to see that character development throughout the years.
Awesome. So we're gonna get into spoilers in a few seconds. Just overall, if you had to give it a score now, so people who are not going to listen to the spoiler probably till later, what would you score it at a 10 or a 5 or however you normally score stuff?
So I would give it like in categories. Like as far as visuals, I would give it like a 5 out of 5.
Nice.
Because it is, you would think that I could probably say it like that there's multiple maps.
Yeah, it's sort of people know that it's sort of a semi-open world. So
yeah. So they spared no details between these different maps. So all of them are visually pleasing in their own theme. So visually, it's a 10 out of 10. I'm sorry, 5 out of 5 for me. As far as gameplay, I would give it a 4. Maybe like high 3.
Okay.
Out of 5, because there are things where you could, in like very intense fight scenes, get hung up on like a stupid rock that's there.
Fair enough. It happens because of the over the shoulder camera thing too.
Right.
Yeah.
So
that takes some getting used to.
So, and then the button layout is different than the original one.
Very different.
Very different.
Yes.
So
did you change it by chance?
No, I left it how they intended it.
Yeah,
just because I'm like, I want to experience it how they want me to play it.
Mm.
And then I would say overall story, I would give it a 6 out of 5.
Nice.
Because it blew my mind, dude.
All right. We can't do it no more. So final warning, we are going to go into some huge spoilers for God of War. If you're listening to this and you have not played the game, I don't want to hear nothing later on. You have been warned. Go play the game. Go finish it. If you don't care about spoilers, hey, by all means. But if you do, go finish it, because we are going to spoil the shit out of it starting right now.
It was all a dream.
He's still in Greece, just like in his.
He's still in Sparta.
Yeah. He never even became the ghost of Sparta.
Zeus knocked him out, and this was all a dream he had while he was getting his ass whooped.
Exactly. A coma. He's been in a coma. Oh my god.
One of the muses had him.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Sir, I'm gonna just jump off the deep end here, sir. Right at the back. Fucking Loki, bro.
Yes.
Like, are you kidding me?
Yes.
I was like, what? Dude, I was in shock. I was like, wait, whoa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that's what they were leading to. What does that even mean? You know, I mean, I don't know what it means, but what does it mean?
Well, so I went back and I was actually looking at the actual, like, the Nordic lore for it, because that's what they based it off of, not like fucking the Marvel lore.
Yeah.
And
although I'd say they take some liberties on some of the although I hear there's not multiple versions, because through time it's been evolved a little bit as well. The Norse mythology, but they took some liberties here. But for the most part, it's still pretty interesting. Although Baldur, which is the stranger, he's supposed to be like a beautiful guy, a beautiful the son of he's also Odin's son, and he's supposed to be
Odin
like,
and the Forest Witch.
Yes, Frey.
I want to say
Frey, yeah,
Frey,
and who was also pretty cool in the
she was tight,
yeah. But he was supposed to be like a beautiful. So obviously they went a very, very almost Celtic look to Baldur.
So, you know, have you ever seen Sons of Anarchy?
I have.
Okay, so you know what's that like? That one, like the main character, the blonde dude.
Oh, Jax.
Jax. I don't know if that's, but I'm guessing it's like the main one.
Yeah, the blonde dude. Yeah,
I feel like he looked a lot like him.
Oh, I know the actor. The moment I saw him and I heard him, I was like, I know this actor. Have you ever seen Justified?
No, but
no, because he that's where I know him from. That's like he played he's actually technically he's actually kind of a smaller guy, but he is skinny like that, and I knew him immediately. I was like, I know this actor, but no, I didn't think Jax.
That's what I thought when I first saw him, just because of like how he had like the hair and the beard. I was like, oh, this kind of looks like that guy.
Yeah, or some of the other ones that are there too in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah. So that's why I immediately thought of. But I didn't go back to look at the actual
who the person was,
lore of like a lot of these characters. I did check out Loki because I'm like, wait, this kid does not fit that profile, because the Loki that I understand from like at least Marvel side of it, I'm like, he's like a trickster. He's and I don't know, the kid just didn't look like that. He's a kid. Then that's what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, he's also a kid. So, by the way, let me just say that when they dropped that bomb that he was a god, he was getting so annoying. Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna turn this freaking game off. He's like, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
He's like, boy, whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna stomp you. Like Meek got stomped on that fucking bridge.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, at first I was appreciating the relationship. Whatever happened there, it just happened. I don't want to say it was abrupt, because it was. I think it all kind of started from the point where he jumps into that light, and then Atreus pulls him back.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, you know, he was gone for some time. Yeah. You saw all the bodies.
Dude, he was dropping bodies too. I was like, this kid's a badass.
And he was like, you left me. You know what I mean? I was like, and at that point, I think is when those are the seeds of dissension, I guess, at that point. But then, yeah, man, when he became this, we're gods, we can do whatever we want. And I was like, oh, this little bastard. I was like, oh, he is really pissing me off. And then it changed as if to say, I don't know if that's what you got, but I got that he almost wasn't in control of himself when it was happening. And when he saw himself killing the other brother of the sons,
Son of Thor,
Odin's sons, Thor's sons, that he almost realized that almost like he was almost like an out of body experience. He wasn't in control. So I don't know if that's going to lead to something, but it's interesting. I don't know. He is a, it even says it here, he is a child of a frost giant. You know what I mean? Which the mother apparently was.
Yeah.
And apparently I looked up in lore. Frost giants are giants, but they're not all giants. They can come in different sizes and stuff, which is weird. But they're still of the same race of giants essentially. And so that was an interesting reveal. But I wonder if Kratos, if something happens with either Kratos does it or something happens to Kratos, that something along the way turns him, because he does become in Norse mythology, he does actually become an evil character, which they end up locking up in the dungeons of Asgard until Ragnarok. And then in Ragnarok he breaks out and fucks shit up. Yeah.
Well, I wonder if they're going to kind of just change the actual.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
because
they're going to use it to their advantage. Yeah.
For some reason. By the way, did you go back to the house?
I have not. I've not gone to the house. I know I should have gone back. You know what it is? I played the other day and I was playing and I was in the was it Muspelheim?
Yeah,
Muspelheim, and which is the challenge area. You've gone to Muspelheim, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just fighting the like doing all the challenges that I can.
There's 17, I think, right?
Oh, thank gosh, fuck! I'm only like at 5.
No, actually, I think he said there were 6.
6? That can't be, because I'm at 5 and I'm not near the top of the mountain.
Well, no, I think because there's one point, because I think I'm on like the 3rd one. There's like, oh, another sword. And he's like, I wonder how many swords there are. And then he's like, oh, 6. The voice said 6.
Oh shit! I missed that. I didn't hear that. No, I didn't hear that. Well, that makes sense then. Well, I mean, each sword has more than one, so it is possible that it's 6 swords and multiple challenges within.
Or it could just be like 6, and then everything else opens up.
Could be.
I could just be wrong.
What happened was I was going to do it, and I started doing that, and I was just enjoying it too much, so I couldn't stop. I did one of the challenges where you have to take on 100 enemies.
Oh yeah,
and they're random. You know, well, I don't think they're random, but they are different all the time. It's not always the same enemy. Some of them are those guys who are wearing armor. And
at
one point, the travelers. At one point, there's like 2, and then another point, I think there was like 3 at one time. I'm like, fucking hell, what am I gonna do with 3 of these fuckers? You know? And then they'll do one of them and a fucking ogre, and I'm like, oh. So yeah, well, not ogre. Which was the troll? The troll is the guy with a stone, right? That has a stone, that holds a stone on the shoulder, or is that the ogre? Maybe that's the ogre.
I think the ogre is the one without the stone.
Without the stone. Okay, so then the ogres, the ones without the stone.
Oh, dude, those are like super easy now.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's like
absolutely.
I hit him with the Rumix right off the bat.
Yeah,
and then I'll sprint and do like my sprints. Like I can't remember what they're called when you sprint and then you hit like R1 or R2.
Oh yeah, the sprint attacks. Yeah,
I'll hit him with that, and then freaking just dodge around a bit, a couple more hits, and boom, that red circle comes on.
I get the red circle almost immediately when I see him because I put the shield away, and I start just whacking him with the shield, and that's where the dizziness bar starts to go up faster. And there's this one, if you hold down to the R2 button, he just like gives him the smack with it, and then he just hits the shield, which like does a shockwave outward.
Yeah. Well, I think you probably have that.
I probably have it set up. That's what it is. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so I have not gone to the house. Tell me what it is. It doesn't matter at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we're in spoilers for Christ's sake.
So if you go back to the house, it jumps into like a cutscene where he's like, the kid's like, oh, I'm so tired, I'm gonna go to sleep, and he puts down his axe. They're unloading. They're like, man.
Oh, okay, they're coming home and
yeah, they're coming home. He lays down. It goes dark, and then it immediately. The house is like lighting up, like there's thunder, there's lightning outside, and he's like, "Ready yourself, boy," or something to that extent.
Yeah, which I love when he does that.
Oh yeah, dude! And then they bust open that door, and all you see is like a figure with like a coat moving, and then the coat moves aside like for a second, and you see the hammer hanging.
Oh, Woo! Nice. I gotta go back and see this shit now. Damn, that's awesome.
So getting back to the Loki reveal, when they were showing the scene of Ragnarok, like on the painting,
dude, I was like upset. Go ahead. Okay.
I have a feeling that they're gonna switch it up, and it's gonna be Kratos actually bringing Ragnarok, or like he is.
Oh, he is Ragnarok. Oh, yeah. Okay.
And he's just gonna come in there and like fuck up Asgard, like just like murk everybody. I just have that feeling only because of the scene when they're in Helheim and Zeus pops out, and I'm like, why the hell is he here? He killed this dude.
Yeah.
So
he's in hell.
Well, yeah. So he's being like tormented. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, why would they bring him out? And then if you notice on like the Bifrost, like Asgard is locked, and it says something like, "Oh, Odin has blocked access to something like that." So I'm like, why would it be on here if you can't travel there? So I have a feeling, this is just me. I could be completely wrong. What do I know? But I have a feeling that like he is going to be Ragnarok. He's just going to come in there and like
wreck shit.
Yeah.
He's going to bring down the house.
They're going to do something to the boy.
Loki. Yeah, they could.
Yeah, because they lock him up in the dungeons.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, no, that's my boy.
That is going to be such an interesting dynamic because Kratos, let's be real, Kratos is not a good guy. He's not a straight up bad guy either, but well, I don't know, maybe he can be. You know what I mean? But the whole deal is these feel like he feels obviously like an anti-hero, and to have him be the father of Loki, and then knowing what Loki may or may not do, you know what I mean? That's going to be an interesting...
and it's so crazy because he's still like... to a certain point, he's still naive and innocent about things. Like when you're doing the favors around the Lake of Nine and you're talking to the spirits, right? Mm-hmm. And they give you the favors for you to do. Like, oh, what I want is to collect the bones of my wife. And he's like...
Oh, yes, I remember that.
So he's like very naive about stuff like that. He's like, yeah, let's do it. Come on, it's his wife, whatever. And then there's parts throughout the map that randomly he'll say, I wish mom were here.
Yeah.
So like you see these soft touches of like an innocent boy that it's like,
yeah,
your dad's fucking the god of war. Like it's crazy.
It is.
Like it blows my mind. But I love how he tells him, he's like, I'm not teaching you to kill. I'm teaching you to like defend yourself.
Yep.
He's like, don't go out there and just like murk somebody because you're like, yo, I haven't killed somebody in like a couple of days. Let me go stack some bodies, right? He's like, if someone comes after you, destroy them. And just to touch real quick on Last of Us, it's so crazy that he becomes such a vital part of...
Oh, an amazing part of that. Of the... Now I'm like, I don't want to fight without him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There is, and this again, I don't know if it was purposely done or if it will happen, the timing involved, but I was in the middle of that 100-person fight, right? And it was closing into the end. I had like maybe 25 people left to go, and the music started swelling. He was like, next wave is coming, prepare, and we're just in it, dude. And then we are fighting so well together because I use the arrows really well, and then even when I don't use the arrows, he is out there setting people, he's knocking people, and then the red circle comes up. I'm like, yeah, run up, tear him in half or whatever it is,
Yeah.
I at some point threw the hammer, right? Which, I'm sure you can do this, but threw the hammer or something, switched over to the blades, which we'll get in a second, came back. I was running up to somebody, hit them with a shield, hit the button to call the hammer. And as I call, you call it and you start to swing with it. Oh my God, dude. I felt like I was watching the first Avengers all over again. I'm like, this is amazing. I forgot what the hell the point was, but he's such a big part of and I see what you're saying because Ellie was a big part of the story as well. But when it came to combat, she helped once in a blue, but it was never never nothing like this.
Right.
He is all in this combat with you. And oh, dude, he's such good. That last fight with Baldur, when you're both hitting him, it's like the slow motion hit with him. Then he comes in, smacks him with the bow, and then he comes back to the dude. I think I was misting. My eyes were misting up because I was like, "This is so freaking beautiful." It was so. I don't know what it was, dude.
Well, yeah, because it's almost like, I don't want to say like the culmination of his training, but it almost feels that way, that it's like they're both now one. It's
yes, exactly.
They've gone through so much that he knows what Kratos is going to be doing. He knows the boy, and he's like,
and he trusted the boy.
Yes,
he wasn't out looking to protect him. He knew that the boy Atreus can handle his own now. So when the fight comes down, and then he looks around, Atreus, and he's up like on a cliff. I'm here. I'm fine. He immediately goes back to the fight because he's up there. And even better, he's at a elevated position. You know what I mean? To shoot arrows, and goes back to the fight. It just you're right. It's like they had this connection, and I'm like, it's so weird when you think about it from the beginning. When I watched the beginning, I was gonna play it again from the beginning, but I was like, no, I still want to play what I'm doing. I watched the intro again, and there is a gaping hole between them in the beginning. You know what I mean? I almost forgot. It's like, my God, it looks like they haven't never spoken to each other more than to say, "Go grab me that." You know what I mean? That was really good, dude. That was really, really good.
There's just so many, and I think one of the things that I love the most about it is like the complexity of the characters, because I always tell this, like, the story when I was young. I told my mom once, "I'm gonna run away," and she's like,
I think we've all said that at one point.
Yeah, but you see it at that point. The kid, he tells him, he's like, "It should have been you. Mm-hmm. Like, you should have died."
Mom should still be here.
There's always that one moment in like your childhood where it's not that you wish your parent to be dead, but it's like you wish your circumstances were different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's hats off to the young actor as well, because he was acting even when he was acting like a freaking little snot.
Yeah.
I was like, well, he's playing the role the way he should be, because he's a little fucking snot right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, hats off to him as well, because he did pretty well. I enjoyed him.
He did. Man, it was just such a good game. I was almost tempted to just like, I don't want to play it anymore after I beat it.
Really?
And here's why. Just because I'm like, I don't want to listen to any more of like the stories that the head is telling. I want this to be
the full story.
My full story.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
I'm glad that I've gone back now, because I've done some of like the treasure maps. I've done some of the Valkyries.
How many Valkyries have you killed so far?
2.
Me too. Yeah.
My problem is I'm not patient. I'm
fuck this lady. I'm out.
I rush into it, and I know it. I'll start off really patient, and I'll knock it down to like a quarter life left, and then I'll just turn up the heat, and I'll die, and then I get so frustrated that I'm like, F all this.
So let's talk about the reveal, the whole reveal of the Blades of Chaos, sir.
So I'm on my couch. I think I'm watching Parks and Rec, and you text me, and I look down on my watch, and it's like, you were freaking out because you're like, the blade.
Yeah. Dude, it was, not only was it an amazing reveal, but it was slow. Mm-hmm. It was long. It was the moment the moment he says, "I know of a weapon that can do that," because obviously he's going to Helheim, and he can't use the axe there because it's freezing cold, and the axe is a cold weapon, so it doesn't do anything. I know of a weapon, and I was like, "Oh my God, he still has them somewhere. He still has them." And then that whole time that he's on the boat, it is so well done, dude. I was just like, you see Athena, and she doesn't even say anything at first. She's just across from you, and he's just staring like with his angered look, almost like saying, bitch, you brought me back. You brought me back. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, dude. That was so freaking good.
So when that's going on, what it reminded me of is like John Wick.
Yes.
That, he's like, I'm not going to do this again. I've found a different calling. And then that happened. For those of you who haven't seen John Wick, you're in a spoiler.
Yeah, you're a spoiler cast.
You're fucked. His wife got killed. He just has a dog. The dog gets killed. He's like, fuck it. Everyone's dying.
Yeah. Everyone's gone. They took my dog.
Yeah, which she gave him.
Yes.
Which was the last bit of her.
Which was a replacement for her as well.
So it was like, it's almost like, it reminded me of that because he's like, I've chosen a different life, but you keep bringing me back to relive, this life that I'm trying to leave behind. And it was cinematically beautiful.
Oh my God.
Fuck Athena. I'd never go to Europe. just
because of that. When I saw her, and then when she's at the doorway of the cabin after he takes the blades back, and she's just literally just letting him have it, like, you're still the monster, and all this stuff, and he just likes, you're right, he just accepts it like I am. And then you go out, and the moment I start swinging those damn blades, I'm like, first off, the moves are the same.
Yeah,
they are the same moves. Obviously, you can, you have the upgrades to do all this stuff with. But
yeah, like if you maxed out in the previous game, like all those moves are the same ones he's using now.
It was exactly. So
which is so funny.
I know, and honestly, I forgot how much. Honestly, I forgot how good the weapon is, because they are also a crowd control, because you can keep people at bay because you're swinging far. And I hadn't realized that throughout the whole game, which I love the Leviathan axe for the record. That's a freaking, I never thought they can outdo the Blaze of Chaos. The Leviathan axe is right there. It probably doesn't outdo it.
No, I mean, but it's
nothing else is going to come as close as this one did, at least right now.
Real quick, did you ever like throw the axe like super far, or like purposefully leave it?
No, I forgot it though. Like I'm going, why is that? And I see the little green triangle button. Like I'm like, oh yeah, clip, and and it's coming from God knows where. Like, it's so weird.
There's times that I would purposefully leave it at like the Lake of Nine, and travel up to like the mountain, and then just recall it, just so I can hear it.
Yeah, you'll hear it. Clink, 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 clink. Yeah, I'm like, oh shit.
And I love those little details. So like if I would hit a rock, sparks would come off. Mm-hmm. If I would hit like a dragon, like the dead dragon, blood would come out. It's like those little details I could appreciate.
Yeah, and if you hit the right thing, it will stick.
Yeah.
If it was something solid that you couldn't, it will just cling and bounce back. Yeah, man, it was so much attention to detail on that game. Those fucking Blades of Chaos. So I want to real quick bring up some little tidbits that I have. First off, from the reveal, when you're first in the mountain and you're seeing all the history, and it appears like they've already written the history of Kratos and this whatever. That little scene that gets hidden behind the curtain, that's only momentarily viewed. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Well, I have a nice little screenshot here of that particular scene, because I was like, I need to see. I thought I saw what I saw, but I was like, I need to see it clearly, because it happens quick, and that's it. You're gone. You can't even go back. I walked back, and the freaking curtain is right on it. So I'm gonna post this. I don't know how, because this is gonna be a very spoilery picture, but I'll spoil it somewhere. This is the image. So it's an image of what appears to be Atreus holding on to Kratos, who Kratos is lying down. Looks like Kratos is either hurt or dying or dead. And a spirit or something seems to be coming out of Kratos.
I never saw that. So you thought that they both died?
No, I saw, when I first saw it, I saw, Kratos is dead. And that left me to believe either Atreus did something to lead to it, or this, or something. But either he had something to do with it, or that's where the story ends. That the story is going to end when this guy dies. The Loki part of this hadn't been revealed yet, so I didn't think of Loki at all. But I see that, and I'm like, now that I see the picture, I'm seeing some little outline. You see what it is, right?
Yeah. You know what? It almost looks like something is coming out of Kratos and into the boy,
Yeah.
or out of the boy into Kratos.
And I don't know what it is. And it had me, sir, I've watched all God of War videos. I've watched all of Norse videos. I've been looking at all this shit on YouTube because I'm just like, what is this? Why? It's an interesting shot, and it happens so fast. Did you see it like that, or did you remember seeing something else?
I didn't see the what do you call this?
The smoke or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever that shit is. I didn't see that, but now that I'm kind of looking at it, you know what this kind of looks like?
What's that?
You know the nightmares that possess the stuff?
Oh yeah.
Because he's always getting fucking attacked by those things.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, and they freaking take over. The characters on the
Draugrs. They take over them sometimes,
which is annoying because it's harder to kill when they do that. Those bastards. But
it kind of looks like that, just a little, just because you see like that eye right there. For those of you that can't see,
I'll post it, and I'm gonna put like spoilers all over the hell of that shit. That was an interesting shot, and I had to see it. I was like, there's no way. I had to look this up because I wanted it, because it happened so fast.
Yeah.
And I was literally doing this, like, you know how you look at something, like, oh, wait, and gone. You know what I mean? I couldn't even see it anymore. I was like, no.
Damn, dude, I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I saw that Kratos was like, he was being held by him.
Yeah.
And I also saw that he looked bigger. Like, so.
Yeah. Atreus looks bigger. Yeah.
He's almost like the size of Kratos.
Yeah. So obviously this is a bit into the future. He's not the boy that you see now, but I wonder if the order of how it revealed itself had something to do with it, because again, you see this first, then the reveal of, oh, you know, your mother had a different name for you, or you have why does it that the walls has a different name? Oh, that was a name that your mother had for you, Loki. And so that happened after this scene. So I'm going, immediately I thought he's dying. Now I'm like, maybe he has something to do with this. I don't know. You know what I mean? Who knows?
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That makes it even more fascinating to me. I'm like, son of a bitch. Oh, man. Do you remember this scene?
Yeah. Yo, and when I saw that, I knew those blades were coming into play. Well, I had an idea that the blades were coming into play early on when he was like tightening his like the bandages.
The bandages, yeah.
And then when the boy
Which apparently the wounds never heal. I mean,
yeah,
he still has the bloody bandages. At all times, they're always bloody.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for real. I guess wound care is different. And
I know. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Norse mythology. What do they know about that shit?
But
for the record, the image that I'm showing him is there's a clay pot that Kratos finds at one point in, is it Tyr's throne room or something like that? And it has what's clearly an image of Kratos on the side of this clay pot.
Yeah,
holding
that was one of
chaos. Did you think that the Blades of Chaos was going to make it into this?
Yeah, let me kind of say what I was thinking about this one. So they're in Tyr's, I guess, like where they're talking about like how he traveled between all these places and collected information and gathered knowledge.
Is it Tyr or Tyre? Whatever, what his name is. Tyr or something like that.
Tyr.
Yeah. He traveled to different. T. Yes.
Where Big T was running around, gathering all this information, learning about all this stuff, and he would collect stuff from the places that he would travel to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where that clay pot is from. And then he's like, fuck this pot, like a cat, just like sliding off the edge of the table, like shh.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when he goes, what'd you find? It just busts it.
Yeah.
Nothing. Go back.
But I thought they were coming in pretty early after he comes back, after he fights a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, get in here. He's like, yeah, but you told me to never get in there. I was like,
in the basement. Yes.
I was like, ooh, there's something there.
Yeah. See, I didn't think about that, but I didn't know the house was not going to be a big part of it. I never went back to the house since we left the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I didn't know if the house was going to be a part of it. It's always on the map. I can see it. I just never went back. I had a reason to go back. So it's interesting. So I never thought about it that way. So That's something else I wanted to show you real quick, and I will post these. Do you remember this image?
Yeah.
All right, so this is an image of one of the, I guess this was one of the wall paintings that Atreus always took notes and stuff like that. Mimir always had like fascinating information regarding the pictures. This was the missing panel. There was one of the panels that he opened up, and the center panel was missing. Only the doors had hieroglyphics or images on it. Then they later ran into this in Tyr's castle or whatever that was. So there's some interesting stuff here. First off, you recognize that symbol, right?
I recognize that.
That is the Greek Omega symbol. Do you recognize that symbol?
Yeah, that's the Eye of Ra.
The Horus.
Yeah,
Horus. Yeah. So that's what, Egypt. Do you recognize that?
That one I don't know.
This is Japan. This is a Japanese. I actually have the names here. And what about this one here? No. So they are. So the panel on the four corners of the panel, they have symbols. The Omega symbol, which we've seen related to God of War since God of War ever came out, basically. That's on the one corner. Another corner is the Eye of Horus, which is from Egypt. The Triskele, which is in the bottom right, which is from Celtic lore, and then
because we've seen that in the when we go to the Highland game stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then the Mitsudomu, which is from Japan. So, does this mean we're going to other locations?
We're going international. Get your passport, boy.
Nice. Yes. That obviously that's where Tyr was.
He fight? Yeah. Oh, so there is one armor that he has, that one green armor.
Yes,
that looks like a fucking samurai.
It does. You're absolutely right. I didn't even think about it as you're saying it. I'm going, wait a minute. You're right. Yeah. That's where
you heard it here first.
I know. God of War 2 in Japan.
That would be dope.
That would be dope.
I don't think Japan has gods, do they?
That's a good question. I don't,
because I feel like all these cultures have multiple like deities. Like
they do have. I guess they do have deities. I mean, Buddha's a big one there, but I don't know if that's the same type of god.
Right. Like, for example, like the Greek mythology has all these gods. You have the Aesirs from North.
From here, from North.
Mm-hmm. You have like the Celtics. I guess they have their own.
Celtics was actually more of a Christian type of thing.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's interesting to think if we're going to run into that particular thing there. I think they're going to avoid that though.
For sure. I would.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like let's not tempt fate here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see them avoiding that.
But that would be interesting, dude. If you like, I mean, they have the gate. They have the ability to like travel now.
Yeah, so they walked off the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, there's just so many good scenes. By the way, the what is it? The World Serpent.
Yeah,
that thing was, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was my headset or something. It felt so epic whenever we were talking with him or he was moving around. It was just like, oh my god, this guy.
But where the hell did he go? By the way,
he got knocked out by Baldur. I don't think he died.
Right, but he's not even on the map anymore. Like before, you could see his head.
He is. If you go to, because I've gone to, I don't know if you've gone to the, what do you call it? It was like the dwarf kingdom. The dwarf. There's a dwarf kingdom. If you go to the dwarf kingdom, and it basically is this little castle area that you can get stuff at, and you can see the body. And this was already past the end game.
Really?
So yeah, there's a rumor, not a rumor. Somebody brought this up, and it's an interesting thought. You know how they mentioned the world serpent traveled through time?
Mm-hmm.
So some people think that the world serpent may actually be Kratos because of the red stripe that runs along its skin. I don't know if you've noticed the red stripe.
I didn't.
I didn't until somebody pointed out.
Now that you're saying, I remember it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I do know that the world serpent and Loki in Norse mythology have always been together.
What if that fucking thing coming out of him is the serpent?
Oh shit! Yes. Fucking hell! Did we just figure something out?
Oh shit! God damn it! Thank you, Sierra Nevada IPA.
Oh man, that's amazing. That'd be great. That'd be freaking great. There was some other things that I can't even think. Oh, I wanted to mention this.
Oh shit!
This it's just more of an Easter egg, and it's a random Easter egg. There was a time that the boy was thought to be named Charlie, and it's funny because no one ever mentioned that the name is Charlie. It was like one of those game sites, and I want to say it was GameSpot, that went on record as saying, his son Charlie and all this stuff. And they talked to the creator of Cory Barlog about it, and he's like, Charlie? I never named a Charlie. What the hell is this? And then, of course, they're looking at their source like, oh, that's what it says here. So do you remember they dropped in an Easter egg the name Charlie into the game? Do you remember who was actually named Charlie?
Hold on.
Not coming to mind?
No.
The turtle. The turtle, the kid, Atreus, refers to him as Charlie at some point. And he's like, what is that name? Or he's basically, the turtle told him his name, of course, because Atreus can hear. And I wonder, is that something that Loki had as well? That he can hear voices, or he can... That's something too. I was like,
yeah, man. Because when you get the ring, it's the same thing. Like the ring is talking to him.
Yes, and he can hear it. Yeah,
only he can hear it.
Maybe he has some sort of connection.
Well, I think Kratos could hear something. Maybe not understand him because he was silence that ring.
Yeah. The sound was what we heard, but we couldn't see. We couldn't hear what it was saying. He was like, yeah, some weird shit like that. Man, this game, guys.
So. Let me ask you something. Because I know I did this. Would you just aimlessly go around the lake just to listen to
the stories?
Yeah, the stories. What was his name?
Mimir.
Yeah.
No, I would though on occasion stop to finish the story before I got off the boat. And by the way, kudos to the designers. When you get off the boat, either if it's Kratos talking or Mimir, story time is for the boat. Ready up or something like that. They would stop the story immediately, and even Mimir goes, "And no, finish it when we get back on the boat." You know what I mean? And I was like, "This is pretty," and it picks up. You get back on the boat, picks up. Right, I'm like, that is pretty good.
And the boy most of the time would be like, he's like, "You gonna finish that story?" Or he would bring it up.
You were saying about the whatever. Yeah.
Did you ever go back and read? Well, I don't know if you were reading it as you would enter it into the book, some of the lore,
some of this, or a lot of the stuff, not everything.
Right. It got to a point where I was like,
"This is a lot."
Yeah.
And I have not gotten. By the way, what level are you at the moment?
I'm bordering 6. I'm still 5. Jump into 6.
I am. I guess 6.5 or 6, somewhere in the 6.5, almost 7. Right now I'm going up. I'm doing the Muspelheim, the fireplace.
Yeah.
I'm doing the challenge because I need to get these smoldering embers, which will allow me to get the epic, the orange gear, the orange level gear, the gold. Yeah, and that's what I want to get so I can fucking take on these damn Valkyries, because this last Valkyrie kicked my ass, bro. I was like, with the first few Valkyries, I died a couple times, and then I finally won. It's like, I kind of figured out their pattern. This one here, she I don't know if you she kind of uses her wings and kind of locks it up, and if you try to hit it within there, nothing happens. But she has this move that she'll slam the floor, and it's unstoppable, dude.
You can't block it. You can't roll
nothing. You can't do nothing. You will get hit no matter what. Apparently, the only way to stop it is through Atreus' arrows.
Right.
So when you see her setting it up, but you got to know she's setting it up, and sometimes I'm not even paying attention, and boom, I'm getting hit.
And it knocks you out, dude.
It does. So annoying.
That's the last one that I was in, and it just became too frustrating. You have a lot more patience than me.
If you say so.
Well, because you said you died a few times and then you figured it out. died like 20 times. And I would combine it in different ways, like hit my Spartan Rage, boom, 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 like, because if I saw...
You gotta up your armor. That much I do have to say.
Well, let me ask you, because I'm not big into like the combining of this stone and putting this, what is it?
The stones? The
Yeah, because you know how you have the sockets?
The sockets, yeah. What are they called? The... Enchantments, yeah.
Like, I don't combine that shit. I'm just like...
Dude, you probably level 5 now because you don't have the right enchantments. Because if I took off the enchantments, I'd probably be 4.
Really?
From where I'm at. The enchantments, because even the enchantments have epic, legendary, whatever. And so I've put in all the gold ones, many gold ones as I can. And the gear that I have has 3 slots. So all of them have 3 slots. And so
not all of mine. I think my chest armor has 3 slots.
I have did you do the favor where you have to? I don't think you did, because you would have known it. But basically, there's a favor from the dwarves. The what do you call it? The blacksmith dwarves, Brock and the brother. Where you go and they're like, we'll make you the best armor you can possibly want. You just got to go whatever to this thing. If you go there, get the stuff, bring it back, they create these armor, and there's 3 of them, like the chest plate, the waist, and the bands. One is Brock's and one is the other brother. I can't remember the other brother's name.
Yeah.
So Gendry. I went with Brock's because Brock's has that shoulder gear that's my favorite gear. Like that's all I want to see Kratos in. So, but
yeah,
that's
there's some that definitely looks more appealing than the other. Not to mention, like when I first got it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna throw on this blue armor because it looks badass.
Yes,
and then I realized how like a piece of shit that was.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, you also have to upgrade the armor. That's the other thing. It's not it doesn't just sit there.
So you actually craft the armor.
I did craft the armor.
Okay.
And then I have high level armor now. And now I'm looking to get I got one of the plates that I wanted, but I'm not wearing it because it's not upgraded. It's weird because the one I have from Brock right now, even though it's lower level, if I put it on, it only has like 2 slots instead of 3. And then it's also lower level because it's not upgraded. So I'm waiting, and I will upgrade it all when I can, and then wear it. You know what I mean? It's like I'll put it all at that point. That will skyrocket my level. It's a weird system they have. That I have to say.
Yeah.
It's not like any other level up system I've seen before. But I like it because it's unique. So.
Well, see, my whole thing is, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of shifting around in this chair.
No, you're fine.
I prefer to get better at like combat than actual defense. And I know that's my fault because
the moment you get hit hard. That's
dude, it's. But I figure I need to get good.
Yeah,
like when I got those Blades of Chaos, and you walk out the house, and that whole plaza fills up with the Draugrs. Not one of them touched me, dude, because I was just like...
You were in the moment.
I was like, boom, boom. And I don't know if it's designed to do that, but like you said, it's a version of crowd control. Because even when you're slashing this way, he's spinning this one to hit it. So if someone's behind me, they're getting hit. It's like a full 360 that's going on.
Especially when he starts spinning.
Yeah.
When he does that when he has his hands together and he spins it like that's from the old ones. And I'm like, oh man, I so love that move. There is 2 upgrades, or what is it? It's not the enchantment. It's the one that he attaches to the weapons that gives him that special move.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it now. But anyway, there's 2 that I'm like purposely saving for because I want those. One of them, and they're both for the axe and for the blades, and they're like the heavy one. Dude, if you look at the image to the right, you know how it kind of shows you what the move is. It's ridiculous. The one for the axe, he like holds up his axe like this, and he's just yelling, and all you see is like this circle of whirlwind happening, and it's just raining down like snow or ice or whatever damage on everybody in the area. I'm like, fuck, I want that.
Yeah,
I want that. I haven't got it, but because not only you also have to get the
resources,
the resource, and there's like there's like 4 resources for that particular thing. I'm like, all right, so this is obviously one of the high up ones. But
I've seen it, like, because as you're opening chests and stuff, you get resources, and then you also find pieces that will unlock. It's crazy how much hidden stuff is there, dude. Like, I look at some of the stuff, and there's only, like, in the Lake of Nine, for example, out of that whole area, I think there's maybe a quarter of it that I've gotten 100% on.
Oh, wow. I've gotten a little bit more. I think for Midgard, I'm at like 70-something% for all of Midgard.
Yeah, I'm somewhere around like high 70s.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we're about the same spot. There's one thing that I've missed out on, and this is probably what's going to help me with the Valkyries. I have not collected, and I know this through the trophies, because you get a trophy for fully upgrading your health and fully upgrading your rage.
Mm-hmm.
I have fully upgraded my rage. I have not fully upgraded my health.
Really?
So I know that there's another set out there that I need to get, which will obviously make.
I don't know if I have. I know both my health and my rage are at the same.
Dude, there was one point I had more rage than health. It was ridiculous. I was like, where the hell are
you
these
could use
apples?
that to power your health.
Yes, that is true. Which is what I use when I know I'm about to die, bro. And I had the rage going. I'm like, let's bring back some health. Let me fuck some. By the way, have you fully upgraded your rage?
I believe I have. Like, they're both at the
max. No, not the rage meter. The rage moves.
Oh no,
dude.
Actually, yes and no. Like, there are some moves that are locked because I haven't got into like a previous move before that.
Yes, for the Blades of Chaos.
Yeah.
Yes, I have that too. That I haven't because it's like locked behind 5.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I'm 6. What the hell? But I guess it's something else. There's this move where he picks up a bolt.
Yeah, I have that one.
I freaking love that move.
That
dude.
one is for crowds,
dude. For Valkyries, that's what you want to throw because that is a massive hit.
Do you have that one?
I do. Yeah, it's a massive hit,
dude.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Massive hit. It is. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're not going to like knock half of the Valkyrie down, but it's gonna a big chunk. So I'm like, oh shit, this is what it is. I mean, obviously you still need to stick on them. Some of the other ones that I've noticed, you kind of have to just be on them. You can't give them the opportunity to set up. You know, you just got to be on them the whole time.
That's how I beat the first one. The first one I think was Gunnar, something like that.
Oh, I don't remember
the one over by the ice, by the giant,
the frost giant.
Yeah, by the corpse. Yeah,
the corpse. Yeah, which was crazy. That was pretty cool. So,
yeah, which as I was unlocking some of these like gates that you need to chisel for, I would get to this like a certain part that I'm like, do I want to go down this thing? I'm like, I'm not in a fighting mood. Like, I just want to chip away at this story.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. When I first ran into the first one that kicked my ass, I was okay, obviously I'm not ready for this. And I never touched one again until I beat the game. You talking about the little portals?
Yeah.
Yeah. I never touched one again until I beat
the realms. Yeah. Realm tears.
Yeah.
There's just sometimes I'm like, I don't want to fight right now. I'm not trying to like grind out with like a purple level thing.
Yeah.
Because one hit of those, the worst ones are the freaking witches. God damn it!
Oh yeah, man. No, I don't.
When they fucking hit you with that broom.
Yeah, you have to use the kid.
Yeah,
you have to use the kid for that one.
There's some times where all I would be doing is like running away and use the kid because his arrows would do a hell of a lot more than what I could do. And it's so interesting that do you go back and read the journals like the
some of them
bestiary?
Bestiary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It tells you like the weaknesses,
the moves,
the
little by little. Mm-hmm. That's so awesome.
I know.
It's so awesome.
It's like it's
the kids
like
learning.
AI. Yeah. It's insane. So I've gone back and I look at some of those because even as you finish beating them, which is another thing. Like as he's evolving, he's like, "How did I do?"
Yeah,
and he's like, "You have a lot to learn." Or stay focused.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he's like, you did well.
Yes, I know. Like, that's so good. That's so
good. Getting back to the journal, after a few fights, he's like, man, he'll drop tips.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, so at that point, I was like, oh, let me check the journal. And I would check, and those tips would be there. And I'm like, damn it. So that's when I started noticing that along with their health bar, they also have like the kind of like a little icon that like if they're affected by like the frost or the electricity.
Oh, yes.
So you can hit them like with 4 arrows, and then they're like stunned. You could go in there, boom, boom, boom,
take them out with
take them out.
Oh man, those takedown maneuvers are some of the best, bro. Some of the best. Real quick, because we're running a little bit out of time, but those freaking dark elves, dude.
Oh my!
Fuck those guys, man. I hate those damn dark elves.
I hate it when they hit you with that stupid shit that
Blinds
brings the
you?
fog.
Yeah. It's basically blinding, is what they're. I'm like, and it never fails. It's like, how did you hit me? Yeah, fuck those guys.
If you hit them with the frost arrows, not the elite, but the regular grunts.
Oh, okay.
If you hit them with the frost arrows, they're the easiest thing to hit.
Oh, I can imagine that.
Yeah, you just hit them 2 times.
The elites are the only ones I've been facing recently, but there was the boss fight with, I guess, one of the elite.
In Alfheim?
In Alfheim, yeah. He says something towards the thing that, you're fighting the wrong ones. Or, we're the good guys and you're fighting the wrong ones. Something like that. Do you think there was something to that? Because nothing ever came out of it. And then you open the door and those things just kind of came flooding in. Which was weird, by the way.
Yeah, because they're just going right through you, but they can't pass this door.
Yeah. And they're, So I'm wondering, I'm like, did we just set something up here we shouldn't have?
Well, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's a few loose ends. Mm-hmm. Like, why did you bring down Thor's statue?
Oh, because of the guy, yeah.
Right. The guy's just like, just bring it down, please. That was like one of the favors, right?
Yeah, it was
you bring it down and it's like, okay, what was the point of that? I feel like there are some things that maybe aren't explained, but then I think like, okay, he brings down the statue of Thor. Does that have anything to do with the fact that now he killed his sons? At the end, here comes Thor. Does he take him out? Now it's going to be like, damn, he took out my son. I got to get down here and see what this dude's about that's, tearing up my lands. Here comes Ragnarok.
I don't know, dude. I know, here's one thing that the developer did say. He currently has plans. Well, first off, in the making of this game, at some point, he had to reel people in. Because, like, no. Right now, you're writing into the sequel. We can't go that far. We're too far already. So, yes. So, that's awesome to know that groundwork's already pretty much been laid. And secondly, he's actually gone on record saying that if he has his way, this should end up being about 4 sequels to this one. Yes.
Oh my.
So he could just be trying to hype people up, whatever. But I mean, 4 sequels is a lot.
That is, dude.
You're talking about a 3 to 4 year cycle to get the next chapter out. For that guy, that's 15, 20 years of his life. Anywhere along the line, he may just say, I'm out. You know what I mean? I can't do this no more. But
or he's going to pull a George R.R. Martin.
We're still working on it. Yeah. 15 years later, we're still waiting for this damn sequel.
15 years later, Star Citizen and the God of War 5 are going to drop.
I'm going to drop. Same date.
Same day.
That would be awesome. Oh, man. Any last thoughts on the game or any last little bits and notes or anything like that?
Oh, no, man. I'm still enjoying it.
Me too.
And like I haven't even like cracked some of ththese worlds.
Yeah, I know. I've not been to Nilfheim yet, and I just opened it.
Fuck that place, bro. Fuck that place.
The moment I heard somebody say something about, oh, you're constantly dying, I'm like, fuck. Oh, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. And then Muspelheim, I'm going through now. I still got to go back to Helheim. I still got to go back to Alfheim because I think I left one of the chests that would be another apple or whatever for the health in Alfheim. Maybe more than one that I couldn't figure out, and so I got to go back to that. I don't know. I might try to 100% it. I'm not sure if that's.
I wanted to.
I know,
and then I'm like,
I know that there's some. That's why I'm like, there's a lot to fucking collect. Yeah.
There's sometimes when you would hit those spike doors.
Yes.
There's some shit behind those, so if you opened it all the way, you're fucked.
Yeah, you can't get it. See it, yeah.
So I'm like, I already know I'm not going to 100% this thing.
Yeah.
I did get a few silver trophies, which I was like, nice.
I'm gonna compare our trophy lists and see.
I need to see your armor, dude, because
yeah.
apparently I fucked this thing up.
You didn't fuck it up. You can still do it. You just gotta go get it. You gotta do the favors.
I did.
Have
I
you
did
done
the
all
door
the favors.
I did the one where he's like, you go in here, you're looking for the whetstone. I've done that one.
Yeah, I did that one.
I did the one.
The whole deal is he's asking for the whetstone. The other guy's asking for something else, and they use that to make the armor. Now, then you have to go find the piece that they need to make the armor. So that's the favor that you probably have it because it's part. I'm
sure I did.
Given to you throughout the actual main story.
Because I've done all the favors in Midgard.
No, this is in Midgard.
Yeah, so I probably have it.
Yeah,
I just don't know how to upgrade that shit.
yeah.
Because that's one part of like games that I'm not good at. Like I feel like there's so many selections.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm indecisive too, but
like those pairs that you pick off, like I don't know what the fuck those do.
Oh, that permanently whatever it'll tell you what it is, but it's a permanent boost. So if it's like runic, if it's +2 runic, it's permanent. You'll permanently get an additional.
Oh,
2
really?
whatever. Yeah. So it's
you can't add that like. It's like so all those stuff that you collect like randomly, like I know some of them are resources, some of them are just like shattered piece of whatever.
Yeah. Those are still a resource. Yeah. That one, the drop or the dewdrop, whatever the hell it is, that's immediate. The moment you pick it, it'll tell you what it's plus, and it's right then and there. You don't have to do anything. It's already your stats already been boosted, and it's permanent. It doesn't come off in any way.
Oh, okay.
So it's a permanent stat boost, which is cool.
Because I was looking through that list where those things are, and there's quite a few of them in that list.
I've sold stuff. I feel like I have too much shit. I need to sell this shit. I'm not gonna go back to the green stuff at the bottom.
Yeah, fuck all that.
Yeah, so
purple or gold, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's where it's at. It's all about the Mardi Gras, man. All right, guys. Well, that brings us to the end of an awesome episode 108, the real 108. Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, please go to goodgame.tech and join the conversation there. Please like, subscribe, and share the podcast with everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Mr. Doom Saint, a.k.a. Gunner. Thank you so much for joining me.
It was good to be back, man.
To help me out here since I was abandoned by these two fools. No, seriously. I appreciate it. We'll see you next week. GG!
GG every day.